Hey everyone, just a heads up before the show starts. We are again having audio technical difficulties. So this episode and probably the following 2 or 3 episodes may have spotty audio quality. I apologize in advance, but still there's a show, so here we go. Okay, so let's just get into it. Session 2. So the opening scene, which, by the way, I need to tell you guys, before we get into the opening scenes, I do have a Ryujin, and I'm supposed to let you guys know what benedictions I chose. So if you want to up that, you can. I chose Tale of Kindness, which is if you help a NPC or a character with no expectations of being rewarded, you're just doing it out of the goodness of your heart, essentially, you get to raise your spirit 1 level for the session. Up to 2 PCs can do this per session. Got it? Okay, so that's the benediction I took for my Ryujin. So opening scene is, it is now dark. Night has come and it's very cloudy. So there is a moon light shining, but it is comes and goes between the clouds. And Pico and Ulfrid are making their way to the timber wheel. And we actually see it from a point of view of this little red fox who is kind of following behind them, watching them go into the timber wheel. And as like the moonlight shines, like a patch comes through the clouds, the red of the fox actually shines a little bit blue. And it's watching you as Pico and Ulfrid are going into the timber wheel. And as you two are walking in, you see, when I say walking into the timber wheel, I mean like around the back of it. Because you see now Chuck, I'm getting used to your guys' names, Francis and Musashi are all together. And you can kind of see and hear now that Chuck is saying, all right, here's the lumberyard. I've forgotten his voice from last time. Here's the lumberyard. And as you can see, he's showing you like an area where he's like, this is where we usually store stuff. And then there's like a hole. And he's like, stuff has been going missing. Have you seen like lumber yards, especially on the river? Like there's logs floating in the river. There's logs up along the banks. It's pretty swampy out here. He's like, so, yes, if you wouldn't mind watching tonight and seeing what is going on with this missing wood, addressing Musashi and Francis.
So we just stand watch, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you would like to patrol, it's a very long, it's up, he motions upwards, north towards the river, and you can see that there is lots of lumber in the water, and there are piles outside of, and it basically it's pretty far out. Like I'm trying to like describe it to you guys, where some of the lumber stands pretty high, like taller than Chuck himself. So 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall piles of wood here and there, and you can see as it goes down the river, there are processing areas along the way. So yeah, he's like, just lumber is going missing. Our underbark supply is being taken from us. We don't know who exactly. And it's actually, we think the gnomes are up to it, but it seems pretty suspicious as to, like, something's not adding up quite right here.
Right. Lumber's going missing. And it's just like, gnomes from the way they're described are pretty small. And then Musashi's just like, how are they stealing lumber if they're that small? Because, like, lumber being sold, like, just handling 1 plank is kind of like, just because of me working as a contractor for a while, just like, I know I like handling lumber. Like, I can't imagine a lot being stolen in one go, especially by something so small as a gnome.
Yeah, the gnomes you guys are aware of are like range from 4 inches to maybe like a foot, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they are small creatures.
There's hundreds of them.
So
it's like B-movie with the airplane and the 1.2 trillion bees.
Ants are very strong, but you went B-movie. That's fine.
I always go B-movie.
So I guess Musashi, like, the first thing he's going to do before beginning patrol is kind of get a little familiar with the lumberyard and then sort of like do some groundwork, detective-esque inspection of the area.
Sure.
Is kind of like what Musashi would do to see if there's anything on the off chance that a gnome dropped a hat or something, so I can confirm what I'm looking for, or like in what direction I find it.
Okay, sure. So we'll say before you go into rolling and like doing your investigative work, does anybody else want to talk with Chuck or anything before he goes off?
Have we rejoined them?
Yes. At this point, you have all met up. Oh, yes. Hello. Are you friends with these two?
You don't see Pico.
Musashi points at Pico. He goes, the person who took the locket, the Mrs.'s locket.
He's fully missing. He's completely disappeared.
Yeah, Pico's on a roof. Pico's on a roof somewhere.
He's
Pico-shaped
like
dust cloud.
Yeah. I was going to say, Musashi goes to point and there's just like a dotted outline of where Pico should be standing.
I'm not going to work here.
So Pico, you instead of walking with Ulfred to the group, you have scrambled up the house or the top of the
I walk with Ulfred, but by the time we get there, I jump up to the top of something. Because that's usually where Pico wants to be, looking around, like looking down at what's going on.
Okay.
But actually not being a part of the scene.
He's in a Ubisoft game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically.
Jump into a haystack.
So we just don't even know you're there then, other than Ulfrid who saw you go. And
Ulfrid definitely knows that I'm somewhere. Like, because I was like walking with him. So it's just recently I disappeared. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you have it all under control, I'm going to bed. And Chuck starts to turn around.
Just a moment.
Oh.
Turns
back around.
I like to imagine he's like, if anybody needs me, I'm trying to walk away slowly.
And then Ulfrid, yes, sir. What can I help you with?
Like a coy look over his shoulder. If anybody needs me.
Yes, sir.
The possible tiny hat. Do they ever leave any trace? Have you seen footprints? Any other kind of evidence that we might be looking for?
Gnomes. Good question. He's like thinking, aka I'm trying to think of what this could mean. Well, gnomes tend to plant things whenever they get a chance.
So we may be looking for sprouts.
Sprouts, seeds, little trowels. I believe those are the things you could be looking for.
Okay, thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
You may go to bed.
Thank you. And then he goes off to his... he lives in the Timberwheel, I guess. I haven't picked a house for him. Okay.
He sleeps in the office. Maybe him and the missus are having a little...
what?
An
tea?
Argument.
Oh, an argument.
Like he's sleeping in his office because, he's like,
he's out on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at.
You slept with that otter skate.
The otters? Wow. So we've got Pico on the roof. Ulfrid just got some good information. Francis, what are you doing?
I think Francis is like picking up trees and like looking for gnomes underneath them.
So just loud, just like not being sneaky at all?
No.
Okay.
Like clunking around, like, hello? Is anybody out here?
Ulfrid is also like pretty big and obvious, so he's not going to try to conceal himself. He just wants to look for stuff. Okay. He knows he's not going to run into gnomes, but he wants to find the evidence left behind.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like Francis picks up a log and there's like bugs underneath. He's like, I'll take a handful, but no.
Are these gnomes?
We're going to go with Musashi because you were the first to want to do something.
Yeah, he's the only one that can do anything.
Let me get my binder of reference notes. So you are you using something specific to your character class, or are you just trying to do like an investigation-esque perception kind of thing?
I think it's just kind of like a perception check kind of thing where he's trying to like just get a lay of something that might be a trail, like something that I know that these are small critters. So if I find like small footprints, then I'm onto something.
So before you get into that role, I want you to make basically a travel check, a navigation check, because the terrain here is pretty swampy and it's also pretty dark. I didn't ask if any of you were having torches or anything, but if you do have a torch or a lantern or whatever, you can get a +1 to this roll. But you will need to succeed on a swamp dark check of 13 to travel through this terrain.
Okay.
So that would be your strength and dex, Musashi.
Wait, are you having us do a travel check or a direction check?
Travel check as you're like navigating
Okay.
through this
Cool.
this
I
terrain.
could conceivably pass that then. It's very unlikely, but I could.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll then for that. I fumbled super hard. I got
You-
2 ones.
Are you serious?
Our first
I'm
fumble
serious.
points.
First fumble.
Yay.
Woo! Everybody mark a fumble point.
Yep, Pico is watching from above.
Oh my god.
Musashi trips in the swamp.
So describe to me as Musashi is trying to navigate in the dark, the swamp, like there's brush and bramble and like log pieces here and there. Because what happens when you fumble on a travel check, your HP drops to 1/4 of what it is.
What's 1/4 of 29? But
7.25.
Yeah, you'd have 7 hit points.
You would have 7 hit
hit
points.
Okay.
Holy Lord.
Because this is such a drastic drop in health,
Yes.
Musashi with his one good eye kind of realizes like, oh, I should have brought a torch. My vision's already pretty bad. But then as he like starts to walk, he slips in a mud and he smashes his head on the side of a log or like a something.
Aw.
And it's like
Straight-
it's really bad.
Straight up concussion.
Like yeah, he's just like straight up. Like it's such a bad slip. He's even got blood kind of coming off the back of his head. Like it was just like a really bad slip. That's what happened there.
So you're laying down in the mud right now.
Yeah, pretty
Yep.
much.
Pico, you saw this happen for 100%, like up on the roof.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
Also, sneaky cat eyes. Like
Yeah,
you
just a
can see
little.
in the dark.
Yeah, my terrain specialty or the weather specialty is night, so
Nice.
this is pretty clear to me, and I'll keep that information to myself. Maybe I'll use it later.
God. So
Musashi wanders back to the rest of us.
Pico does feel a little bad. That
No, you
that
shouldn't.
did look like a really bad
like
slip.
when you fell, Musashi, did you say anything? Did you or like
He kind of went as the slip happened, but as he hit his head, it hurt. It was just like he probably like experienced being knocked out for like a brief second, so he doesn't even like realize what happened.
Gotcha.
And he's just like,
okay, well then we'll cut to
I'm almost dead already, guys. This is gonna be a great run.
Can I try to heal him a little?
yeah, I mean, if Ulfrid, if you saw it,
Intentions?
I mean, I'm imagining he walked literally like 30 feet in front of you guys and then fucking wiped out. Yes.
So I believe that is 1 int die HP is what you would get back. So int is my big one. Let's see how this goes because it didn't go great last time. 7.
So I get
Wait,
7.
what are you casting a spell?
Yes.
Do you
Did
have
you roll your spellcasting check?
That's a
It's
good
like-
question.
I think it's like spirit int.
I'm
And then as long as you literally do not fumble that,
yeah.
then you're good.
If 2 1s are rolled, the spell fails. Any other result usually indicates success.
Okay, that's a pass on the magic check.
Okay, great.
And do you want me to re-roll the other one or take the 7?
No, 7's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Get your 7 HP.
Sweet.
Back to half.
I don't know why I'm nodding, but yeah, I feel like that's fine.
How does Ulfrid cast magic? Because you're not a
That's a
bard.
great question. I wonder if it has something to do with like doodles or
Ooh.
not runes, but something written.
Yeah, are you open to suggestion?
Yes.
Basically, I think of like in Japanese stuff when they do like protection charms.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
usually written and then
Like those
slapped on.
seals?
Yeah.
Love
That's
that.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the Musashi does protection seals or spell seals. That's cool. Just pull it out, slap on. Awesome. All right, Musashi.
I like to imagine
So how much
that
did-
Ulfrid slaps a protection rune on the back of Musashi's battered head,
Here you go.
suturing him together with magic.
So how much did I get healed for? Or
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got-
So you're back up to half of your hit points now.
That's slightly less terrifying.
Okay,
Honestly, significantly less terrifying.
4 MP.
Francis. Francis
Yeah.
or Pico, who would like to go right now? Who has an idea?
I have a general start to one.
Okay,
I have one. I have an idea too, but yeah.
let's go with Francis. We haven't heard from you yet for a little bit.
Okay. I kind of want to, so I'm lifting the logs up and I'm kind of getting down on the ground a little bit,
Yep.
and I'm like snorting and like trying to pick up scents of like anything that's not like beaver, because I kind of know what the work smells are.
Yeah.
So I'm smelling for things that like would stand out as weird.
Okay. Let's do a. Don't you have a hunt or trap?
Rummage, dex end,
Okay.
which is like it's like crafting.
Okay. So that's not really it. But I think you would still use your int in spirit to be looking? Do we have an idea of?
Yeah, that works for me. I think that makes sense.
Are you trying to sense something? Or are you trying to perceive things? Okay, you're trying to sense stuff.
It's more sensing. Yeah.
Okay, in spirit. And let me see let me know what you get. And
oh God, I get a 5.
Okay,
that's not great.
So okay, this is what's happening. Basically, you're picking up logs and like tossing here and there, and you're also trying to get like I'm imagining you're snorting around, yeah. Looking for things, and you're getting like closer to like the bank of the river as you're like walking, and you're kind of have the sense of something might be here, and you get to
it's the Babu children.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
That's a reference from first season. But as you're getting closer to the bank, before you realize what's happening, you are in an area where you see in front of you on your like below your feet, like you're almost about ready to step on it, what looks like an egg shell.
Oh.
And you go to put your foot down and you miss it, but once you like put your foot down, this eggshell jumps up and out from underneath this like the shell parts like this, and it's actually 2 giant claws, and you're looking at a crab egg thing. And it's large. We're thinking, I'm really bad about sizes, guys. I can only think about sizes in like the terms of like balls and stuff. Like imagine 2 beach balls put together, like a little big round.
That works. Yeah.
And
I can conceptualize that.
And it is now like crab grabbing at you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna scream like like really high pitched. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna actually do it because it'll break my microphone. But yeah,
right.
A squeal. It's more of a squeal.
So let me get to we're going into battle, you guys.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, wrong one.
Whatever. Now I gotta remember how battle works. This is just to get used to. This is my. How are you battles, bots? I need to know how your guys' characters work in battle, because I'm very bad at balancing things, as I'm learning as a new GM.
Brother John?
Yeah.
Or someone who has a book handy. I did not write down what damage fist does.
I wish I had music playing right now. Oh well.
Combat song.
I know it's like strength, but it's got a minus to it. I believe. Let me just bust out the book. Can't this be your moment where you pick up a log and that's your weapon?
Theoretically could.
If Amber's okay with that, I probably would just do that.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, unarmed is the accuracy for it is Dex plus strength. And the damage is strength -2.
Okay.
Oh,
that's not terrible.
I have to remember how combat works myself.
Who did we decide is the leader? Who's taking care?
Musashi's the leader, so I got to take initiative.
You got to do initiative.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I
fun.
have up on Twitch, and I need to figure it out. Brandon and I were talking about it, like potentially using Roll20 so you guys can see the battle map, because Twitch can see the battle map right now. Unless you're looking at Twitch, my players don't see this.
Is there any reason we should not look at Twitch?
No, you can. 100%.
Okay. I might do that, at least this time.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. So, you guys all see these 3 crabs. Egg crabs.
3?
Oh, there's 3 of them?
Well, yeah, it's like you hit one, but then when you go into the battle, right, there's 3 actually pop up.
Yeah.
We will see. This is mostly just a test
One
to see
popped
how.
out, and then like he scared Francis, and then his 2 buddies came up and was like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
You know, like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
I'm assuming Francis is in the front area.
Yes, because I triggered them, so I think I'm right up in those guts.
And I think everybody else is probably in the back area for now. Boop, 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 boop.
Are the crabs in the front then?
Yes, all crabs are in front. And the way that, just to go through combat rules, because this is our first time we've done it in a long ass time, we have to also come up with 5 objects in the area, which you guys can use to boost your accuracy. You hate coming up with objects. I'll do the first one. Logs.
A bloodstained log.
Jesus.
for my head,
Do you guys want me to do them all, or do you want us to contribute?
For for my object, I would also like it to be logs
Logs.
of a slightly different composition.
We'll say lithwood logs. I don't know. Whatever. Anybody else have a item in mind?
Table saw.
Table saw. Okay.
A net.
Net.
That's a good one.
Brandon?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything aside from either more logs or a rock or something.
Rocks.
Let's just do that. A muddy rock.
Muddy.
Rock stuck in the mud.
Maybe they replaced the water wheel, and there was like one that was left. Like they're like, we gotta get rid of it soon, but we're just going to
busted up old one?
now. Yeah, busted up old one.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever you want. Man.
I put muddy rocks.
Muddy rocks for me to slip on.
Yes. It's for Musashi to wipe out on again. Okay,
Attack, and I'm
so
gonna fumble real bad.
initiative is Dex and Int. These eggs have initiative of 5.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
What do you
Egg
got?
enemies again.
A lot of eggs.
A lot of eggy boys.
I like eggs a lot.
Yeah, I go after the crabs definitely.
Egg crabs.
Let's see.
Sound
Let's
off.
get Chris first. I'm going in the order of who I see.
Sure, I got an 8.
8 for Francis, okay, and Nico.
Yeah, Pico has a 4, actually.
4, okay. So
I can
me.
I can narratively fix that. Yeah.
And Ulfrid, what did you get?
5.
5. So you are
With the
tied up
eggs.
crabs.
Yeah, Ulfar will go before the crabs.
Yeah, I think it's based on like condition or something like that,
So
which we haven't
Francis-
rolled, but
Yeah, don't worry about
Francis
it.
is first. Ulfrid is second. Crabs. I'm writing down initials, like just like the first letter of everything to write these down. And in initiative, it just says FUC. Okay, I see where this is going. Crabs, and then between me and Pico, who would you rather go first?
You guys
Brandon?
all have conditions that are the
I
same.
think I can go after Musashi.
Actually, did we ever roll condition?
Nope, you
No.
didn't. It's
Can we
okay.
do that?
You want to do it right now?
Yeah, we
That's-
should do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, you can roll your condition if you want to right now.
I love it because Pico, I have pretty good stats for being stealthy, but condition is specifically my 2 worst. So
I got a 9.
I got a 5, and that's apparently a good roll for me.
I got a 6.
6 also.
So
Oh, wow. Francis is crushing it. Francois is going to do some work today.
well, it looks like Fred Swine, you are the first to go, and you're in the front. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs and grab a log and try and smash one of the crabs back into the river or something.
okay, so you have to roll
Yes.
with your weapon. What did we come up with for improvised weapon? What was the stats?
I thought we were going to say that, like, this is my club.
Okay,
From now
yeah,
on.
from
Like,
now
this
on
is
it's your
gonna be my
club.
club.
So what was the
This tree.
what were the stats for it? Did you?
If we're doing it like an axe, which is what we had talked about, it's strength -1 for accuracy.
Okay, and that's what you will roll, yeah. And
And
if
I
you
got
beat-
a 13.
Oh my gosh, you beat this egg. Obviously, you hit. So your damage would also be with that axe.
Strength +1.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a 9. So 10.
Oh boy. Yeah. This tell me how you bash this, like describe for me this scene.
Is it dead?
No, it's not dead, but just how are you, like, what does it look
Mangled.
like? Yeah.
So, yeah, Francis is trying to hit it like it's a baseball with a baseball bat
Yeah.
and like swinging from the side to like try and knock it into the river. So he cracks down and is like, and the crab manages to like kind of keep its little claws in the way and like stops it, but like it like completely cracks one of his pinchers.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's just like,
It goes to grab your club, like stop it,
Yeah.
and then just one of it just goes smash and it
Yeah.
rolls over onto its side. Okay.
he's still here, but he's not happy.
No. All right, Ulfrid.
Is that crab bloodied?
It is crying.
No, he's like,
It's but not crying blood, just tears of regret.
okay. So he's not under half health. Is that a thing we're doing in this game?
Yes. It's not under
Correct.
he's not quite under half health.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Yeah, we're
have
gonna
to-
see how this works out.
I have to hit them harder.
Okay. All right. So now it is Ulfrid's turn.
I want to cast Shooting Star,
Uh-huh.
which, if I pass, will do spirit damage.
Ooh.
It's not a fumble.
Nice.
And that was a 4. 4 damage on the crying one.
Okay. That one, yeah, it's crying harder, and now there's blood seeping also out of its
Gross.
mangled claw. So now it is the crab's turn, and the crabs start pinching. And they are going to go after Francis, who is in the front area, because that's the only one they can get. And they are going to roll.
This is all fair. I am big. I am in the front.
I got to get some dice out here, because I forget I get to roll things. I'm so used to playing, like, I don't get to roll stuff. That is a 11 to hit.
I think I had an 8. Is
Yeah,
that right?
yep. And so now they'll
Further
do
down.
damage on you. First one's 3. Second one's 3. Should I roll? Do you guys want me to roll for each one to accuracy? I think I should do that, shouldn't I?
But yeah.
So the first one's 3.
Is it 3 entities or is it like the trio?
It's all 3 of them are attacking you. So I think I should roll for each of them just to be fair. So the first one hits you for 3.
Okay.
The second one will hit you for 6. And the third one will not hit you. It's the one that's like dragging its little claw behind it.
I'm down to 25.
Okay. Now it is Musashi's turn.
So Musashi takes a step up. I'm going to have to change position to be in the front. Is that like a move or something? Or
Yeah,
do
that's
I
your
just do
move.
it?
Move is an action. So yes, you can only do that once. So if you do move, you don't get an attack.
Okay. Well, I have to
Oh.
be close to attack.
Really?
Okay, I think so.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, I just put you guys on here, but you didn't tell me if that's where you truly wanted to be, John. Did you always want to be in the front?
Well, I figured like if he heard the scream, he would have came. But,
Okay.
like,
We'll just go ahead and put you in the front area because I put you guys there
Let's
without.
say I was like headed there before the fight, like kind of started to officially start. So,
Yeah.
like, narratively, he was on the way there, and then he shows up.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm in the front, attack a crab, and my attack is Dex and Strength. So that's and I rolled 2 and a 5 plus a 1, so that's an 8.
Yes, you hit the egg.
I hit, so then I do damage, which is Strength plus 1. That's a 5 damage onto a crab.
Which one did you want to do?
The one that's kind of injured, the less damage output their team makes, the better, is Musashi's reasoning. So finish
Okay.
off the one that's limping.
Let me do some math because I'm bad at math. Oh yeah, so this one is just laying down now. It stopped. It's still alive, but it is just given up. Like it's just like there.
Yeah.
It's not really moving. It's not really like it looks defeated in spirit.
So you're saying that's the outcome of my attack? It's just like it kind of became.
Yeah, the one that if you're attacking the one that already had been bloodied and and everything, it basically just looks super defeated and is kind of just kind of like sat itself down essentially. Still alive, but not as spunky as he once was. Pico.
Okay, so Pico, just prior to all this, was skulking around. You said they were like tall, like piles of lumber.
Yep.
And he was just kind of following the party that way. For the object he's going to use, he's going to brace against one of the piles of lumber
Okay.
to kind of pull out his bow, and he's going to aim at whichever crab looks most threatening right now to Francis specifically.
The one that's like
Yeah.
dancing around Francis right now.
Yeah, because the reason his initiative is so bad is because he's been kind of wavering of like, oh, do I want to help them? Do I want to?
Yeah.
So he's finally given in, and he's going to try and help Francis out.
Is there going to be some kind of like piercing thing? Do we do that in this game?
I think it's more of a for flavor than anything else. I don't think there's really a tag for piercing, bludgeoning.
Do you mean like
Like, would piercing damage do more on a shell?
I don't think that
roll-
exists, but we can talk about that for next time if we want to add that to this game. I'm up for it. Makes sense.
slashing, piercing, bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Go full D&D.
Yes. All right, Pico, what'd you say you were going to do?
11.
Oh, yeah, you hit the one that is dancing up on Francis.
Okay, so my damage, also a D10. Oh, that's just a 3.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, 3 damage. So are you shooting it? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's my weapon that I have.
It like shields itself with its claw. Like in my head, it's like prancing, and then it like quickly looks in the air and sees the arrow coming and does this, but it's in his claw. Like it's actually pierced through his claw.
Okay, there'll be more where that comes from.
Great. Okay, back to the top. Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's everybody.
So Francis, it's you again.
Okay, so just to remind me, there's one that is on its back, giving up on life.
Yes.
There is one that has an arrow in its hand.
Yes.
And then there is, what is the third one?
The third one is near Musashi and is doing like rapid fire clicking, but it's put itself between Musashi and the sad one.
Oh.
And it is like doing this.
Oh, honey, are you alive?
Don't worry, Frank. Don't worry, Frank. I got this. You're a great egg. Yeah, if you could hear animals, that's what it is saying. Don't worry.
I'll imagine its name is Carl.
Carl.
They got me, Carl. Carl, they got me. Don't worry, Frank. I got your back.
I'm going to try and wallop the one that's got an arrow in its hand.
Sure. So roll better than a 5.
I did.
Okay.
13.
Oh yeah, you wallop it.
And I got 12 damage.
Holy fudge.
I rolled
Jesus.
an 11 plus 1.
So yeah, this one that you just walloped already had...
So this is... Okay, tell me.
No, it doesn't die. But what do you do to it?
Yeah, so like I was doing the baseball swing on the other one.
Uh-huh.
This is just...
It's so like its little legs, the amount of force that happens pushes it down in the mud. And it's like little legs split out, and when you lift your club up, this tree trunk, it like one leg twitches, another leg twitches, and you can see it start to like try to. It's like pushing itself back up, and it's like stepping one step backwards, and just like shaking in place.
Can I actually say, please stay down?
Yeah, you say that, but it doesn't understand you, and it starts to shakily stand up. Okay.
I'm trying my best.
All right, Alfred.
The one that's going snap, snap, snap with its little claws, am I close enough to it to just like try to throw that net over it?
I think because you're going to be tossing it essentially, I think there's a way for you to maneuver yourself that you're still kind of in the back area, but are able to toss it. So
And there's probably like weights, like rocks tied to it.
Yep. Sure. Go ahead and give me, I guess, a range. Throwing should be something like dexterity and strength to roll to, like, you're using this net to throw it. So I think dex strength would be, or unless you can tell
For
me.
the bow, it's int dex.
Okay.
What did we use for slingshot?
I can't remember.
Or
but to
whatever.
me, I could say you can get away with int because you have to, like, time it and you're trying to position it in the right way.
Great, because that's the big one.
Okay, so int dex +1.
Okay. 12.
Oh yeah, so you throw it, and I don't think there's damage done to it, but basically what you've done is it's now just caught up in this.
Yeah.
And it's still trying to snap, but is obviously can't do anything.
Right.
It's their turn. So you have one that is like angry, very angry now inside of this net, and it's not going to be able, I don't think it's going to be able, it's going to try, let's see if it can try to attack the net.
He's got pinchers.
I mean, that's why I rolled it. So 7. I don't think he's able to get like his claws out, but he is not himself out. So basically you see this crab just sticking its arms out through the holes in the net. The other one is starting to move backwards towards, like, the one that Francis flattened is moving back towards the crying one.
Oh, God!
And the other one is now basically incapacitated. It can't really do anything. So for all intents and purposes, this battle is over unless Musashi wants to do anything or Pico wants to do anything.
Toss him in the river. Just get rid of him. Like, go home.
Okay, so we battle music fades, and then in front of you guys are these crabs, And so Musashi
He's just kicking them into the river.
kicking them into the river.
Unceremoniously, it's just like this shot, just like straight up, a person just going, boom, kicked it into the, you know. Like,
Great. Yep. All right, cool. We'll go back to not battle times.
okay.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for listening. As you may know, we're streaming Book of Summer live on Geekspective's Twitch channel every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Come watch us play the game live and get to see the actual artwork and handouts I've made, and of course, our cool faces. And if you can't catch it live, the VODs will be going up on our Geekspective YouTube as well. If you've been enjoying Shapeshift, please leave a rating or review on Apple Podcasts. Sharing what you like about the show and talking about it with others is also super helpful and appreciated. Another way to help me and the show out is by becoming a patron of Geekspective's Patreon. That's patreon.com/Geekspective. I'll be releasing a series of blog posts from my Book of Spring prep, as well as tidbits of Book of Summer prep as we go. Shapeshift is a member of the Geekspective Network. There's a lot of other shows you can find me on at geekspective.com. There's Red Mage, Blue Mage if you like Magic the Gathering, Party Like It's the Greatest Year in Film if you enjoy movie discussions, and of course, Tales from Mox Fairy. You can get information about the Geekspective shows by either following the Geekspective Twitter, that's at Geekspective, or going to the website at geekspective.com. And you can find me on Twitter either at RocketOrca or at ShapeshiftCast. This episode was edited by Rudy Basso. You can find him on Twitter at Rudy Basso. That's RUDYBASSO. Thanks, Rudy.